Hey guys, I'm Jiff. Today I want to show you how to change a chain out on your bike. I know a lot of folks still take their bike to the bike shop to get a new chain, to replace the chain, and I really don't think that's necessary at all. It's a really simple task, and I'm going to show you how I do it, which I think is quite easy. You're going to need a few simple tools. None of these are real expensive, and I'll link them down below in the description. But the first one is a chain checker. So this is, there's different varieties, but this is the one that I have. This is the Park Tool Chain Checker. It's the CC 3.2. CC probably means chain checker. And this is basically a go, no-go gauge. So it has two different sides to it, a 0.5 side and a 0.75 side. So I change the chain out when it gets to the 0.5. If it gets to the 0.75, you might be pushing your luck, and you might have to change out your chain rings and your cassette as well as your chain, and you don't want to do that because that starts to get really expensive. So this is how you use this thing. Even if you're going to take your bike to the bike shop to have them change out your chain, I really recommend this. It takes no skill to use, it's really cheap, and then you won't wear out your chain so much that you need all new components. So like I said, this is a go, no-go gauge. So we'll show this up close here. You just take this little hook and you just hook it into the chain, and if the chain was not worn out, it would kind of sit on top of the middle of the chain. But since this chain is worn out, it just goes through. And that's all there is to it. So if it goes through, it's at the 0.5 mark, so it's ready to be changed out. If it doesn't poke through, like I said, if it were not stretched and it just was about like that, then you don't need to change your chain. But since it pokes through, you change your chain. So that's really easy. I suggest getting one of these. So now that we know we need to change the chain, next thing we need is a chain. I use KMC chains. I've been using them for years. They're great. I'm sure other chains are great too. But I use the KMCs. You have to get the chain in the right speed that your bike is. It actually does matter because they're different widths. So this is the X11, the SL. It just has like cutouts in it to lighten it up a little bit. This is a road bike, and I've been using these for mountain bikes as well. Great chains. I also like the KMC chains because they come with quick links, and I really think you should use a quick link. They make the job a lot easier. Third thing you need is, you don't need this, but I really suggest you get these if you're going to change out your own chain. These are quick link pliers. These make an easy job easy. If you don't have these, it makes an easy job hard. So these are the Park Tool MLP, probably Master Link Plier 1.2. Again, these are not real expensive, and it just keeps the job easy. And then the last thing you need is some sort of chain breaker. I don't have a fancy chain brake. There's lots of them and different brands. You know, they can be real cheap, but I just use the one that's on my mountain bike multi-tool, and it works good enough. You know, you just put the chain in there, and we'll get closer-ups here shortly, but this is just a multi-tool I carry when I mountain bike, and I use this because I only do it a couple times a year, so I don't really need anything fancy. But the ones that are dedicated for the shop do provide more leverage, so there's an advantage there. So first thing we want to do, just to make our lives easy, is go to the small chain ring in the front and the small chain ring in the back. I know that's cross chaining, but that's okay because we're not riding the bike. Okay, good enough. We want to find the quick link. So where is it? There it is. So here's the quick link. So get our quick link pliers. And this is how easy this is. The quick link's right here. You can tell by this little notch. And you just snap it. Now that's open. So this is the part that you have to just kind of hang on to everything, or else it's going to fly open. So just, your derailleur has tension, so it's going to spring back, so kind of just hold on to everything and release that tension. And now you can take the chain off. Okay, let's take this to the workbench. Okay, so have the new chain out of the box. This kind of comes in one big knot, so it's going to take you a second to kind of unravel this. But one thing to note is that it comes with this really thick, like, grease. So you don't want to ride the chain as it comes out of the box. You're going to want to clean this really thick grease, and when you get it open, you'll see what I mean. But it's really thick. So you're going to want to clean that off really good, and then re-lube it with your lube of choice. Other thing to note, these are the old Quick Links. Do not reuse these because they've been worn just like the chain has, so toss these. And use the new Quick Links that come in the box. So this is the part that I see a lot of people, they count links or they do all sorts of crazy stuff. All you need to do is line up the ends. So we have the old chain and the new chain. You can tell the new chain because it's a little more silver. So all you need to do is line up the ends. Pinch that tight with those ends aligned and just run your fingers down all the way to the end. You kind of need a long table. And then this is the new chain, and that's where I'm going to break the chain. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It's really easy. So we're going to put that link, don't lose track of it. I'm going to put that link in our chain breaker. And then this is not the best angle, but we're going to put that link in our chain breaker, tighten that up. And then we're just going to start tightening that thing. And you'll know when it pops, it kind of makes a good click. There it is. So keep running that all the way through. Until it kind of frees up. And then you can back that out. Pull it apart. And if you're really anal like I am, you can just double check. So again, line it up, pinch it all the way down. Perfect. They're the same length. So you don't need to measure the chain and keep taking links out or anything like that, because all we're doing is replacing it, and the old chain worked fine. So we just need to replace it with a chain of the same size. So let's take the new chain and the new Quick Links and go put it on. Okay, we're back at the bike with the new chain, so now we have to feed this through. So don't forget, if you have a front derailleur, feed it through the front derailleur. And take this mess, feed it around the back, and then fish it through. So it's definitely one of those jobs where you kind of need an extra hand. It's a little bit easier, but it's not too bad. And then pull it tight, kind of double check everything, and make sure it's running the right way. That looks pretty good. Just don't let go of the chain when you have the derailleur, again, because there's a spring, so it's going to shoot everything everywhere and make a mess. And then you get your new Quick Links. And these Quick Links, they have a key side and a pin side. So all we have to do is alternate them. So we take, let's say, this one and we put it on the back side, the pin through the back. And we take this one and we put the pin through the front. So this is where you pull it together, get a firm grip on it. Bring everything together, and it's under tension because of the rear derailleur, and you fish that thing in there, and then it's in there, kind of. Just let it go real gently. And then again, you get your Quick Link pliers, so these have dual purpose to take on and off the Quick Link. Fish the pliers through there, and then you pry it open. Now the chain is installed, so let's go back to an easier gear, one that we're not, cross-chained on the bike. And that's it, the chain is installed. So the last step is to clean the chain. As I mentioned, this chain has a lot of really thick gunk, so you're going to want to get your chain cleaner of choice and your solvent. You're going to want to clean it really good. Sometimes I clean it 2 or 3 times because this stuff is really thick. Get it good and clean, and then put your lube of choice on there. So that's it. It's a pretty simple task. Only takes a few minutes, even in the time to make this video. Again, you only need a few simple tools I'll link down below. And hope that was helpful for you guys. And next time, do it yourself instead of taking it to the shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.